Hello, Scorpio. Are we live? What's going on? I'm not seeing my video. I'm still seeing my thumbnail. Good morning. Welcome to Karma on Deck. I'm Karma. I'm doing your Scorpio video. Your reading for the week of March 4th. Let's take a look and see how Mercury is playing with your energy. What's going on with you? We do have a lot of astrological aspects that are playing with us today. Moods. Moon in, let's see, we've got... I want to talk about that. Where did my phone go? Definitely some energy going on and playing with us. I was just talking about that. So it's showing up. Moon, let's see, Venus enters Taurus. So that's bullheaded relationship energy. Moon opposite Mars. So you might find a little confliction. However, you do have another one, Moon sextile Uranus. But you might also find yourself a little amorous as well on the back end. Let's pull some cards for you and see what's going on, Scorpio. And where are you in the world? Tell me how you feel your readings are. Give me a little feedback. Pop in. Say hello. Okay, Scorpio, here we go. Emperor. Four of Cups. Ooh, a little bit extra social for Scorpio this week. Ace of Wands. If you're feeling awkward, new, as if you're doing something new, the Ace of Wands is reminding you that you have all the skill set that's necessary. Watch out for conflict, though, because right here, Five of Swords, that's you being, I always say, that's you setting your boundaries and your limits early and often. I also see the Eight of Cups. Expect things to move quickly within your relationships and expect you to feel as if you don't have any time to process before you're moving on to the next phase. I am seeing the Six of Wands. I keep saying the wrong thing this morning. You'll be okay. You're going to get the whole idea, right? Six of Swords. Things moving quickly, however, getting smoother. So it might be you catching your stride in things. I do want to point out with the Two of Coins and the Ace of Wands, you might be starting a new project regarding work, money, or a new project where you're collaborating with someone else. The Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Two of Coins references a new job opportunity or a job offer. You also have the Ten of Wands. Scorpio's feeling a little overwhelmed and stressed out right now. This Ten of Wands is overwhelmed, feeling a little anxiety. And just, he's got his hands over his ears and he's got like blinders on right now. You don't want to look at one more thing, because if you feel like if you put one more thing on your plate, you're going to lose your shit. The Ten of Cups is balanced, though, however. See how they're different? So you're looking for that external balance. You're looking for equal measure within your relationships and at work. So you might have to ask for a little bit more support and say no to people. The Five of Swords is conflict. It's swords opposing one another, crossing swords early on. It's on guard. It's letting people know, hey, that's a limit. I'm going to start using that now because that's a great analogy. On guard. It's two people squaring up and making sure that you're very aware that we'll go to battle if you cross this line, okay? The Emperor is all about leadership. Scorpio needs to step into leadership. You're going to be expected to step into that space and take over. Here's what's true. You are ultimately responsible for the outcome of your life. I was just talking about that in my live on Facebook today, where I was saying you have already exactly what you want. You want what you have only because if it's not shifting, then you're not doing what it's necessary to make it shift. So if you don't like where you're at, pay attention to what your choices are. If you want to shift, you gotta shift. There is no way to create motion without putting things in motion. So I don't know if that means getting out of bed earlier like I did today, or doing some exercise or doing something different. Motion perpetuates motion. You get one gear in the engine moving and the rest of the motor will run. You just have to unseize it, so to speak. So Five of Swords, on guard. The Hangman, you have very opposing energies going on. You have balance and anxiety. You've got the Five of Swords, conflict moving forward, and then you have the Hangman. The Hangman is purgatory. If you're feeling as if things are stuck, if energy isn't shifting for you, that's the Hangman, okay? The Hangman is literally that waiting space. If you put in a job application and you haven't heard back, if you've applied for college or a home loan, or you're just waiting for processing to happen with mortgage paperwork, things like that, waiting for your taxes to come back. That's that pause between breaths, between activities that's going on. You're definitely working on your foundations now. Ace of Swords is being decisive. With your Emperor and the Ace of Swords, that's decision making and new beginnings. You've got a lot of new beginnings going on. And also noticing here that you have the Nine of Cups, which is a little celebration. You're going to have a very big mix and blend of energy this week, Scorpio. Just be cautious with you being in new social environments and social activities with the Four of Swords and all this conflict going on. So give yourself a little leeway, a little patience and time. If you're feeling a little short-tempered and short on time, make sure you don't overcommit, because then that causes frustration and resentment. You do have the Four of Wands, which is playing with your foundations. You're very much paying attention to how you're laying your foundations and what you're giving your energy to. So let's move the Dragon Tarot deck and start playing with your Scorpio moon energy and see how your relationships and how you're thinking about your relationships and how you're interacting is looking. If you want a one-on-one with me, book karmaondeck.com. I do have some openings today. Oh, that's not Scorpio. So when you want to get some clarity on your individual dynamic within your relationship and you want to take a deeper look, I do have some openings today. You can go ahead and book on the website. I posted it for you. There's also a PayPal me if you'd like to donate. I like people ask about that all the time. Let me put that right there. So let's look at Scorpio moon energy, how you're interacting with all your relationships, not just your lover. Everybody thinks that's the first thing you want with a relationship, but who you are is there you are. And so this energy is going to go cross spectrum, not just within your lovers. First thing, Four of Wands, commitment, Queen of Cups, emotions, love, fear. We have the Moon card. Two of Pentacles, you're doing too much, Scorpio. Are you overanalyzing things? Nine of Swords is you being up at night or having sleep disturbances. Whenever I pull that card, I'll be like, do you have insomnia? They're like, how do you know? Boom. Nine of Swords. This might reference restless sleep. You do have the Seven of Cups, overwhelmed, too many options, can't make a decision. Narrow it down, write it down. We also have the Five of Cups. I think you had the Five of Cups in your prior stuff too. The Devil card representing Capricorn energy and also you having bad habits. The the Lovers card, that's all a tango. As you're moving forward with your relationships, make sure that things aren't a power struggle. The Lovers card is all about the divine feminine, the divine masculine, and people playing with that beautiful tango and finding that balance. You have the Death card in play. You have the Devil card in play. You have the Moon card in play. So that tells me Scorpio is all about fear. So if you're coming at things with a fear mentality, it's going to limit that abundance mentality. So law of attraction. If you come from scarcity, that's what you're going to see most of, and there's that conflict for you. You're feeling overwhelmed. You want your commitment. You want people to do what they say they're going to do because that's what Scorpio does. Scorpio is honoring their word this week, and you're wanting to see if others are doing it. So where are you not keeping your word? Because maybe that's what you're seeing in others is them not keeping their word. We do have the Eight of Wands here, which is fatigue. So you're already seeing and feeling as if you are tired. You've already put your effort in, and you're expecting some return on that. What do you expect, right? Just pay attention to what you expect. Page of Swords, impulsive decision making, use caution. You have the Knight of Hearts too, Knight of Cups, and that's you being very emotional and expressive. So expect to see you saying things that are a little unexpected. You do have the Moon card, which is fear. You're worried about taking things on and doing it right. Three of Cups, that's you having celebration. So you do have some celebration and you do have a little bit of fun and party going on. You're definitely feeling restless and wanting things to shift. We do have the Death card. That's my favorite card in the deck. The Lovers card, not so much. People really think they want that card. However, it always points to a different problem or a different aspect of relationships and their dynamics. But we do have the Death card. So Scorpio is really looking for change. I always talk about the Death card being your baptism. So you can expect that to happen. You do have the Two of Coins in your prior reading, so make sure you pay attention to your new partnerships coming up. Two of Pentacles, make sure you're not juggling too much when it comes to your relationships or you walk into things with a split decision. My coaching conversation yesterday was, what do you want? Go in clear knowing what you want, because if you're not clear and you're sitting on the fence, you're going to get more of that energy. Book your reading soon. I am getting a little bit... Hi, Isaac. Thanks for the note earlier that I had no sound. Mercury's a move today. It was definitely dicey getting started Every time I tried to get to work this morning, even though I was up earlier than I've ever been in months, landscaping, power problems, sound problems, network problems. Fun. I am going to pull a card from Divination of the Ancients for Scorpio. Ooh, I like that. All right, Scorpio, let's see what you need to focus on for the little hinge on your reading. Shooting star, confirmation. So here's the deal. My advice all week to most of my zodiac signs has been take a little extra time. The shooting star is all about confirmation. If you're impulsive, you're reacting from a sense of fear. Mastery is being able to analyze the data in front of you. Take a deep breath. Try to put yourself in the other individual's shoes. Try to see where they're coming from. Gathering enough evidence so that you move forward with a sense of surety. Be decisive. Shooting star is all about confirmation. Are you looking for the signs, and are you looking in the right places? You know, I get a lot of questions about numerology, astrology, and tarot, and people read into everything. I had a client call me literally on the phone service and ask me about injuring her toe. I never hurt myself. How come the universe saw fit to have me injure my foot, injure my toe, to put me on my ass when I've been going just fine and suddenly I'm injured? Like, yeah, things are going to happen. You're going to have weather, a rainy day. You're going to have your car, you didn't do something the day before and didn't have any gas, and maybe that was preventing you from being on the road at a certain point or another, and likely those things can happen. But make sure you're looking in the right places and you're doing it often enough that you know what the signs actually are telling you. Just finding synchronicities because it's fun to see 11:11 on a digital clock is not a sign from your angels every time. However, repetitive numbers, repetitive synchronicities, bringing hyper awareness to those synchronicities is what this card is all about. So how often is it happening? And being aware of your own specific confirmations and guidance from spirit. Someone else's guide isn't my guide. Someone else's evidence isn't mine. So I pay attention to certain things that are a reference for me. So the shooting star is confirmation. Notice, pay attention, and look for those synchronicities and take some extra time. Patience, 2 extra breaths, saying I'll get back to you. All of those things help you stay on a strong standpoint in confirming your moves. And that might be part of why you're undecided, is you're either gathering too much information or not getting enough. So clear intention. Get your vision clear. Thank you for hanging out with me. Book your reading. I have some openings this afternoon, 5 more, because I shifted my schedule around. So there's openings there. Get on that. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like, subscribe, and share. Let me know how you feel your reading went, and I'll see you next week.